Drag racing. Table of contents. Drag racing. 4. History of drag racing. 6. Race classes. 8. Safety first. 16. Big events. 18. Show me the money. 20. The finish line. 22. Grocery. 23. Index. 24. Drag racing. You are sitting in the rumbling machine, wrapped in protective gear, waiting for the Christmas tree light to tell you to drive. You know that winning this short race depends on the reaction time and on how well you drive down the track. The light changes and you step on the gas pedal. Almost as soon as you learn how to run, chances are you race someone to see who is faster. The need to be the first a common incident. Drag racing a sport where two cars speed down in a 1/4 or 1/8 mile. 0.2 or 0.4 kilometer. Drag to see who is fastest. Appeals to the desire to finish first. Thrilling fact. Heads-up racing is when cars start at the same time and the winner is the one who finishes first. Cars are designed to attract fans with bright colors and logos. The green bulb on the Christmas tree light tells racers it is time to start. History of drag racing. Drag racing began in the streets on military runways. Street racing was dangerous and against the law. There were no rails to keep spectators safe from out-of-control cars. There were also no grandstands for spectators to sit in and enjoy the race. The spoiler on the back of the car raises lift and increases fuel efficiency. In 1951, Wally Parks started the National Hot Rod Association, NHRA. Indianapolis hosted the first national race in 1955. Now there are more than 100 NHRA-approved tracks in the U.S. and Canada, each holding hundreds of events every year. Wally Parks. Wally Parks credited with starting organized drag racing, promoted safety at drag racing events. Race classes. Do you like cars? Drag racing involves over 200 classes or types of vehicles. The class depends on a type of car, engine size, weight, and modifications made to the car. Top Fuel dragsters. Top Fuel cars move so fast that they have wings to keep them on the track. 2 parachutes help them stop. Nitromethane instead of regular gasoline is used, and especially built motor helps them go up to 330 miles per hour, 531 kilometers per hour. Thrilling fact. Top Fuel cars reach 100 miles per hour, 160 kilometers per hour in less than 1 second. Big Daddy Don Garlitz is probably the most famous Top Fuel driver in history. He won 144 national drag racing events. After he lost half his foot in the drag racing accident, he developed a safer rear-engine Top Fuel dragster. Nitromethane provides more powerful to the engines of drag racing cars. Funny cars. Funny cars also a nitromethane to help them reach speeds of up to 330 miles per hour, 531 kilometers per hour. They have a big rear spoiler across the back of a car that uses air to keep the car on the track. A funny car has a body that makes it look like a funny version of an originally car. For Ashley Ford's funny car drag racer, it is all of the family. She is the daughter of John Force, a 15-time NHRA funny car division champion. Both of their sisters also race. In 2007, Ashley made history by racing and beating her father. Pro stock cars. While these cars look a little like the cars your parents may drive, modifications make them drive much faster. They have 2 doors, a rear spoiler, and must be younger than 5 years. Pro stock cars must weigh at least 2,350 pounds, 1,065 kilograms including the driver. Thrilling fact: funny cars do not have a hood or doors. Drivers get in by lifting the body of the car to the frame, off the frame. Street legal cars. Picture your mom burning rubber as she races down the drag strip in her minivan. Don't laugh if she wanted to. She could test her mettle in the street legal cars class. Street legals include sports cars, vans, and panel trucks with fenders, hoods, grills, tops, windshields, and working doors. Almost anyone can race in street legal cars. Pro stock motorcycles. Bikers drag race too. A pro stock motorcycle division began in the 1980s. Some riders say racing a motorcycle feels the same as shooting out of a cannon. At 190 miles per hour, 305.78 kilometers per hour. Rules state that riders must always wear a helmet while racing. Junior dragsters. You do not have to wait until you grow up to drag race. In the junior dragster class, drivers can range between the ages of 8 and 17 years old. You do not need a license, but you do need to be a member of the Junior Drag Racing League. Junior dragsters are half of the size of top fuel dragsters and can go up to 85 miles per hour, 137 kilometers per hour. Handicap races. Some drag races are not about who goes the fastest. In these races, drivers estimate how fast they will drive. They write or dial in on their window the time they think it will take them to get to the finish line. If one car has a slower dial in, they get a head start. Any car that goes faster than its dial in gets a red light, and the car whose elapsed time ET is the closest to its dial in is the winner in these races. Drivers write their protected ET on their car windows. Safety first. If hurting down the drag strip at more than 300 miles per hour, 483 kilometers per hour, some dangerous to you. You are right. However, drivers use special safety equipment. They wear a fire suit with face mask, gloves, socks, and shoes. They also wear a crash helmet and neck restraint. Drag racers use a quick release harness instead of a seat belt. A quick release harness allows the driver to get out of danger fast. Cars have safety features too. These include a fire extinguisher, damage-resistant fuel tank, roll cage, and bulletproof blankets wrapped around equipment that might break apart and hit the driver. Big events. You might live within driving distance of a drag racing track. These local tracks are a great place to watch all types of cars run. You can watch beat-up vans, pickup trucks, and sports cars zoom down the track. Races big and small attract fans across the country. Big televised drag racing events draw huge crowds. Some of the biggest include the U.S. Nationals in Indianapolis, Indiana, the Auto Club of Southern California NHRA Finals to Pomona, California, the NHRA Gator Nationals in Florida, and the Winter Nationals in Paloma, California. Show me the money. The cost of drag racing depends on the level of competition and speed of the cars. A hobby driver in the local race pays a small fee to race and can win a few $1,000s. Drivers have sponsors who help them pay for their cars and expenses. The sponsors use the car and uniforms to advertise. The biggest races are a lot more expensive. Running a Top Fuel car can cost up to $2 million per year, including the car, truck, trailer, crew, and traveling expenses. The biggest prizes run to thousands of dollars. The finish line. Some people never outgrow the need to go faster. Other people are all about performance, perfectly as they can. For these drivers and their spectators, drag racing is the best motorsport ever developed. John Forrest and his daughter Ashley display winning smiles and a trophy. Glossary. Dial in. The time a driver estimates it will take to get to the finish line in a handicap race. Collapse time. The amount of time it takes the drivers to finish the race. Incident. An urge you are both with. Grandstands. Bleachers where people sit to watch the race. Kilometers. Kilometer hour. Activation for kilometers per hour. Notifications. Changes. MPH. Activation for miles per hour. Nitromethane. A type of fuel made specially for drag racing. Spectators. People who watch the races but do not race in them. Spoiler. A wing across the back of the car that uses air to keep the car on the track. Reaction time. How fast you begin moving after the green light. Red light. The light on the Christmas tree that shines when the car starts the race too early. Resident. A device used to hold something in place. Index. Christmas tree light. 4:15. Forrest Ashley. 10:12. Funny cars. 10:11. Garless Dawn. 9. Handicap races. 15. Junior dragsters. 14. Parks Wally. 7. Pro stock cars. 11. Pro stock motorcycles. 13. Reaction time. 4. Red light. 15. Safety. 7, 16, 17. Street legal cars. 12. Top Fuel dragsters. 9. Websites to visit. Visit www.fastfactmonster.com/IPKA A07683332. www.nhra.com